Today we're going to talk about a TCL command. So let me tell you there are three TCL commands: rollback, commit and Savepoint. Now when do we use a TCL? TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. So whenever we are under a transaction, we have to use this. Now what happens in PostgreSQL is the DML commands that we run, that is your insert, update, delete, or auto-committed. Auto-committed means what? Whenever if I want to update, delete or insert certain value, I do not write commit. I do not write this commit word after every transaction. Why? Because automatically whatever changes you are doing are accepted, okay, and they remain even after you log out of those table, okay. But now there are certain SQLs which may not do it. So now how will you demonstrate TCL command in Postgres? So for that, what we will do, we will start a particular transaction. So let me tell you what happens in a transaction. To start a transaction, you just have to write begin. Now, whatever you write in this begin, it is out of your auto commit. You have to specifically write commit, or you have to roll back, or you have to do certain save point. Then only your TCL commands or your commands are saved. Okay. Now, for those who are directly seeing the video, let me tell you, we have our employee table. So please see, this is our employee table, which has employee ID, first name, last name, and various other attributes of the employee ID. Okay. Now, what are we going to do is, let us say I want to do some changes, okay, in my employee table. But if I would have directly done changes, I will do update and it will be saved. But as I have written begin, it means a transaction has started. See, when you write begin, it will say begin. That means a transaction has started. Now, whatever you write under this block is not auto commit. You will either have to commit it or roll back it. So now let's say I want to update salary. Okay, update salary. Set salary is equal to, let us make salary as 30,000. Okay, where let us say employee number is equal to, I'm not sure whether it is employee ID or employee number. Let me just see the table quickly, students. It is employee ID and let us say 31. Okay. It is employee ID 31. And as we can see, the salary is 45,000. Okay. So now what we are doing is we are trying to run this query. As we run, we can see one update is there. Okay. Students, you can go and check your employee table. We'll come to know 30,000 is there. Okay. But now what happens, as soon as let us say I say rollback. I say rollback. Rollback means what? It will be rolled back to 45. Okay, as we can see, 31, Rahul's salary has become 30,000 now. If I say rollback, what will happen is his salary will be the previous salary. What it was. So we say yes, rollback, and we do that. We can see that Rahul's salary has become 45,000 again. Okay. Now it is possible only because we were under a transaction. Okay. Now let us say you are not writing any transaction. Okay. No begin. When you write begin means you are in transaction. Let us say we are just writing this. Update employee set salary is equal to 30,000 where ID is equal to 31. So yes, Rahul's salary again we are making 30,000. Let us run. Still update will be there. Okay. Let me run the table also. You can see it is my 30,000. But students, please understand now there is no way to roll it back. Okay. Let's do rollback. Okay, it is saying that there was no transaction that you started only. So how can you roll back? So in short, whenever we write some queries without any transaction block, we cannot use this rollback and commit. Okay, so and you cannot undo the changes also. Now the salary of Rahul is going to be 30,000 only. If you want to update it to 45 again, you will have to write an update query for that. Okay, you cannot roll it back. Okay, so this is exactly what your TCL commands do. The first is we have seen rollback. Now what does commit do? Let us say now again I'll try to run this. Again it has to be under a transaction. So I have started a transaction begin. I am trying to make the salary, it was already 30. So let us make 40,000 now for employee ID 31. Let me make it 40,000. Yes, changes are done. Now instead of rollback, students, we will say commit. Commit means what? Make this changes permanent. Nobody can roll back a committed operation. Okay, rollback means it is committed now. Now, if you go and check your employee table, students, we can see that Rahul's salary has become 40,000. Okay, so rollback was to roll back the changes that you have done. Okay, but let me tell you, commit is to save, and save means permanent save. Okay, now anytime you try to roll back, or okay, you cannot get it back. So that is what the difference is. Commit is to save, rollback is to go one step before. Now what is the save point? Okay, let us come to the save point is like intermediate saving. Let me say I'm writing a transaction begin. Okay, Let me somewhat take the same query, but this time instead of 31, let us work with employee ID 30. We can see employee ID 30 salary is what? Employee ID 30 salary is 30,000. We are making it 40,000. Okay. Now let us say we write save point. A save point should have a name, so I'm giving the name A. Now again, I am saying that no, change the salary for this employee, okay, to 50,000. 50,000 कर दो उसको. किसका? Again, employee ID 30. Okay. Now see, now what I'm doing is I'm starting a transaction. Please see here, I'm starting a transaction. Begin. I am saying make the salary as 40,000 to whom? For the employee ID 30. If you want, we can go and check. Let us go here. We can see Avni's salary has become 40,000. Fair enough. Now we are saying save point. ठीक है, save point मतलब intermediate saving. ठीक है, कर दिया save point. It will say okay. Now what are we saying? No, change the salary of employee number 30 to 50,000. Yes, update 1 is done. Okay, so let us go check the table once. So we'll go here, check the table. We can see Avni's salary has become 50,000. See, earlier it was something else. Then we made it 40, and then now we made it 50. Now you know what I'm saying is I am saying is rollback. You know, if I say rollback, now students, please understand all the transactions will be rolled back because nowhere you have written commit. But if you say now roll back to A, means to this point. Okay, means understand 50 जो था उसको roll back करना है, but do not roll back the 41. Okay, 40,001. So now let us say we are saying roll back to A. Let us just roll back to A. What we can see here, yes, it has successfully rolled back. So now you know what, this it should be till year. Okay, but still the salary should be 40,000. Now let us go and check here. Okay, Avani's salary has become 40,000. Okay, so you can roll back to a intermediate point, and that is why we call it as a save point. Now students, what would have happened if you would have directly done a rollback? Not specifying where to roll back the whole transaction till the commit is seen. As there was no commit over here, I will write rollback. Okay, rollback is successful. Okay, now let us see our employee table. It should be 30,000 because earlier employee ID 30, as you can see, had a salary of 30,000. Okay, so this was all about the TCL command, students. Quickly, I'll tell you, rollback is to roll back all the transactions till you see a commit. Okay, when you see a commit means whatever transaction you have done is saved. Nobody can roll back a committed transaction, remember. And the last one is save point. Save point is intermediate rollbacks if you want to do intermediate saving of the work. Remember, to demonstrate that, you should be writing rollback to that particular names. As we have written A, hence we have written A over here. Okay, there is no semicolon, nothing anywhere. Okay, so this was all about a TCL transaction, students. Thank you so much.